Alright, so now we are recording. So welcome to the webinar, guys. Appreciate you being here. So my question, it's hosted by myself, Scott Agee, but, what if I told you you could double your money in 90 days or less? Would you do it? Another way I phrase that is, if you could give someone $5 or $10 or $100 or $1,000, and they're going to give you double that back in the maximum of 90 days, would you do it, and how much would you give them, right? Well, let's start this webinar. But first, who am I? All right. Well, my name's Scott Agee, like I said. Let me get my mouse working. This is my 4 children right here, my wife and I up here. And some of you probably already have heard of me. I was young and climbed the corporate ladder very fast. Many years ago, I was in the auto industry, and I started as the internet sales director, or excuse me, that's where I finished. I started as a salesman and ended as the internet sales director for one of the largest Chevrolet dealerships in our country. It's actually one of the oldest as well, the 4th oldest in the country. And I took them to places they'd never seen before. I showed them how to create online success. I showed them how to basically make their website look better and attract more customers than anyone else. I had people that flew all the way from Ontario, Canada, down to Alabama to buy a truck from me. You know how many trucks they had to have flown over to get to me? Well, that was just all from marketing. And once I really got it in the groove, I ended up leaving corporate America. I did that about 7 years ago, and I started my own online company doing some of the similar things that I did for them, just for other companies from home for myself. Many reasons. I have 4 kids, and I wanted to be with them more. Back then I didn't have all 4, but I wanted to be with my children more, I wanted to be with my wife more, I wanted to have more time freedom. So I found a good partner, and we began to really create some success. And after about 18 months together, we created our first 7-figure business. We overcame the broke periods. We overcame the time periods where we had enough to get by. We kept pushing, and one day we woke up and realized our business was worth over $1 million. And that was an awesome day, let me tell you. So once that happened, we kept going, but we ended up liquidating that company, and I moved some of my online success to offline success and created my very own car dealership. So I own and operate it now with my father, who was my first hire. That's a pretty cool accomplishment too. We started creating jobs for other people. But now, here we are several years later, and I kind of want to return. I've conquered the online world, and I've conquered the offline world, and I still have my car dealership, but I want to return to the online world to help develop even more success stories. So my biggest question has always been, how can everyone benefit from my knowledge and my experiences? I get up and I read every morning. I read business books. I didn't finish college, but I've read more books on business than probably those that have an MBA. So that's something that I just do. And I always ask myself, how can I make my team, how can I bring them up? How can I help other people benefit from my knowledge? And here are a few current results from a team member. This guy that particular day made $12,000 in one payment, right? So he's got $22,000 in that account he's made working with us. So people asking, what is it you're working on, Scott? That's really cool. And it's actually Bitcoin. I'll explain what Bitcoin is, but Bitcoin is where we're headed. Bitcoin is a currency of the future. Bitcoin is rising extremely fast. So what is it, right? What in the world is Bitcoin? Well, I'll tell you a story first. The first time that anyone asked me to pay them in Bitcoin was in about 2010, 2011. I was asking a programmer to do some work for me, and he wanted to get paid in Bitcoin, and I was like, what in the world is Bitcoin? And I thought I was getting scammed. Truly honest, I thought I was getting scammed, so I would not pay the guy in Bitcoin. I just didn't trust it. But now, here we are years later, Lord, I wish I would have trusted him then and realized what Bitcoin was. What it is a digital currency, and it's really the currency of the future. It was created in 2009 by an anonymous source going by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, we don't know if that's one person or a group of people, but they developed, or he developed, Bitcoin. It was the first decentralized major cryptocurrency. So a cryptocurrency is pretty much all online. It's not tied to a government of any kind. It is strictly just passed along by people, and it was the first major one, right? There's been others since, but they're always, well, what is it? Well, it's kind of like Bitcoin. Well, why don't we just use Bitcoin? and people usually do just use Bitcoin. The purpose is not to overthrow national currency, only to provide a way of spending without the aid of the middleman. So just recently, Russia and Japan both have said that Bitcoin is an acceptable way to purchase things in Japan and Russia. So it's a currency they do accept and recognize as a currency. Currently, the United States recognizes as personal property, so people can trade it among themselves. And Bitcoin originated at less than 10 cents per Bitcoin, so 10 cents US dollars would get you one Bitcoin. Right now, it's worth well over $1,000. Actually, before the webinar, I was looking, it was about $1,400. I have a live tracker on my phone right now. I'll tell you exactly. So right now, it's worth $1,440. $1,440 from 10 cents, and still climbing daily. So why Bitcoin? Well, I tend to follow people and look at guys that I look up to and ask, see what they're doing. And well, Bill Gates is one that any businessman can look up to. The guy's done things right and made a lot of money. He believes that Bitcoin is better than currency. He had a lot of great quotes about Bitcoin. Excuse me, choking. He personally has invested over $500 million in Bitcoin. So he says he believes that Bitcoin is going to reach $500,000 per Bitcoin. And he also has said that he believes that Bitcoin will be the major cryptocurrency that survives it all and becomes the currency of the future. Richard Branson. So Richard Branson is another one. We probably all know who Sir Richard Branson is. He held a private meeting on his own island with some of the brightest minds to talk about the Bitcoin era. Then he himself invested in Bitcoin. He said if when he gets his when he gets his chance to send people to the moon on a tour, he's going to let them pay him in Bitcoin. So he also invested a ton and also believes it's going to hit somewhere between $300,000 and $500,000 per Bitcoin. So you can already purchase at locations such as Starbucks, Subway, Best Buy, Amazon gift cards, Directron, Newegg. There's many, many more that already accept Bitcoin. Not every location, but many of them do already accept Bitcoin. One cool story is Stefan, who's one of my old partner and my new partner again in this business. He left the other night with, he said, an X amount of dollars. Let's say it was $2,000 worth of Bitcoin in his wallet. He went and got groceries, got gas, and got home and had like $2,100 worth of Bitcoin because Bitcoin was rising in USD. So he spent all that money and actually made money while he was spending money, which is pretty berserk if you ask me. So the question, once again, if I told you could buy a contract worth 0.1 Bitcoin, which right now is worth about 140 bucks, all the way up to 4 Bitcoin, right, which is worth 1440 times 4, so 50 something $100, right? Times 4 is 5760 right now. And you receive double in return? Yes, double. How many Bitcoin would you buy? That's my question. So again, we can buy a Bitcoin anywhere from 0.1 of them, which is worth about 140 bucks, all the way to 4 Bitcoin worth a little over $5,700, and be paid double back within 90 days. How many would you buy? Well, let's go show you some options, but first, let me show you some proof of people on our team making real money every single day. This guy, I showed you the one on the left already, but here's another one. $13,000 day. This is about another $13,000 day. This one, another one sent me a snapshot of 15 days. Daily pay for 15 days, right? Received 0.7, 0.6, 0.6, 0.7, 3.2, 3.7, 3.5, 2.8. Look at the value on the side. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,200, 4,500, 5,200, all the way down to $12,000, $13,000. A 15-day total of $90,000 made simply by buying Bitcoin and getting double in return. There's another person. Every day we're paid out a certain percentage. So we're paid out 2.2% of your investment every day plus bonuses. So this is kind of a guy's snapshot, and every day it's paid right back to you. No one holds your money. So right here, person was paid 0.39, 0.33, 0.08. The green numbers are what you earned, and then it's paid out. So every day paid out, every day paid out. Pretty cool stuff, right? Here's another one. Okay, this was in early April. It's a smaller account, someone that came in at the 0.1, right? So they ended up doubling their account. Let's move on. So how is this possible? Well, we have partnered with a company of traders, okay? They pay out on their trading efforts every single day of the year. 365 days a year they pay out of their trading efforts. They send it straight to your personal hot wallet, which is a Bitcoin wallet. It's similar to, if you're familiar with PayPal, if you can run PayPal, you can run a Bitcoin hot wallet. You'll roughly pay back 2.2% of what you put in every day for 90 days, which if you do the math, 90 days times 2.2% is 200%. So you're paid back 200% of what you put in. Pretty cool, right? Let's do some quick math. Bitcoin's worth about $1,400 right now. So if you could return 4 Bitcoin every 90 days, that's roughly $5,600 earned per 90 days. So let's do that for a year, right? 4 quarters in a year, 4 90-day contracts. You can earn an extra $22,000 for your family this year. What could that do for you, right? That's on the lower end of what we do, but that's life-changing to a lot of families. So what could it do for you? Could it buy another vacation? Could it, buy your wife or husband something, nice? Could it catch you up on some bills? $22,000 is a lot of money. No matter how much money you make every year, $22,000 is, it's a significant amount of money. But as you've seen, there's more, right? There's more you can do with us, obviously. So you also have a binary bonus. That's why I'm here telling people, is because it helps me. I can recruit people like yourself, and then you can recruit people, and so on. And they'll pay you up to 15% of what that person invests as well. So every single time someone invests money, whether they're rebuying a contract or buying a contract, they are putting money in your pocket. So 2 options here. You can A, invest X amount of dollars and be paid back double that, or B, and that's in 90 days, or B, you can invest and then you can start recruiting other people and earn it back even faster. What's pretty cool is that this would be you. So if this is me and I recruit you in B and I recruit 10 other people, everyone I recruit under you is going to spill up to you too as well. So you're going to earn money from your sponsors' profits. You're going to earn money from anyone that brings people under you. It's binary. So anyone under your tree, you get money from. You get a percentage of what they do, anywhere from 5 to 15%. Let's look at some of the options real quick. Okay. So obviously we have Spartacus 1 through 4 and another page full. I don't recommend coming at Spartacus 1. Okay, so we're going to ignore that and start right here. If you want to come in at the lowest level, come in at 0.1 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's worth $1,400, then 0.1 is $140, right? Somewhere in that range. It doubles in 90 days, and that's the difference. If you look at Spartacus 1, does not double, but this one does. 0.05 is just not enough money to guarantee double. But Spartacus 2 and up is. So it does double in 90 days. You get 6% of the binary earnings below you. Now you can earn up to 0.2 per day. So here's the way the contracts work. If you put in 0.1, once you get paid out your 0.2, if you want to happen again, you have to put 0.1 back in and rebuy a contract. But at that point in time, you're working with only profit, right? So you'd get your 0.1 back, put 0.1 back in, and now the next 0.2 you get out is pure profit. Now you are limited on a daily and a monthly limit. You can't just recruit a bunch of people and every day be doubling up 10 times. You can double once per day and X amount of times per month as well. So with Spartacus 2, you can get 6 Bitcoin a month. But look at this. You invest 0.1, okay, 0.1, and you can turn within a month with the Spartacus 2 level, you can turn 0.1 into 6 Bitcoin, which right now 6 Bitcoin would be worth $8,400. So that'd be $140 that if you continue to recruit and continue to rebuy each time, you'd have 6 Bitcoin by the end of that month. All right, up to 6. Now there's other levels as 2, 0.3, 0.5, right? This is half a Bitcoin, and this is 0.3 of a Bitcoin. And each time you go up in binary bonuses, so now you'd earn 7%, 9%. All right. I personally have 7 accounts, all at Spartacus 7 now, so 4 Bitcoin, right? You can have Spartacus 5, 6, and 7. I really recommend coming in somewhere between Spartacus 4 and 7. But if you're strapped for cash and just want to get things rolling, Spartacus 2 is fine. Just get in and you can see the results. I promise you, not a single person has put money into this and not seen results on day 2. Right? Day 1 you get started, day 2 you see a return, no matter what, guaranteed. All right, so here you go. Here's the other levels, so all the way up to 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin, or 4 Bitcoin. At the Spartacus 7 level, you can earn 8 Bitcoins per day and up to 240 Bitcoin per month. So, Bitcoin at $1,400, 240 Bitcoin a month, that's a lot of cash we're talking about. Top of our chain, right? My sponsor, who actually brought me onto this, has done 1.4 million. The person directly under him has done, well over 500,000, and so on. So people are making a whole lot of money. And like I said, day 1 is when you invest in your money. Day 2, you see a return. Every single day, you see a return on your investment. I don't know where else you can do that. So a few notes. There's no limit to how many positions you can buy. Like I told you, I've already bought 7. And most people that come in, I recommend getting 3. So if you can get 0.3 of a Bitcoin, I recommend getting 3 accounts at 0.10. I'll explain that to you. If you want to talk and you want to strategize, we can help you. But there's no limits how many positions you can buy. You can even use the same email address. They don't care. Okay, buying multiple positions under yourself helps you because you actually earn a percentage off of your own money, right? You own a binary bonus. So if let me just go back to the binary slide. Let me just show you that real quick. So if this is you, you're not eligible for a binary bonus until you've personally recruited 2 people. So if you recruit A and B as yourself, right? So A is you and B is you, and it's 3 accounts at 0.10, then you're actually going to get qualified and get a binary bonus from 0.10 as well. Pretty cool stuff, and you're actually earning more money than you would just having 1 account. Okay, let's go back. Whoops. All right, you're not required to talk to anyone or sell anything ever. We hold these webinars all the time for the team. We hold them for us. We hold them for anybody. All right, we don't mind talking to people. You're also going to be provided with your own videos, recordings of this that you can use and send to people. Now, you don't have to talk to anybody, but I definitely recommend, telling anybody that you know that might want to do it, because why not help them out? All right, so you're paid daily as well, straight to your Bitcoin wallet. You have a hot wallet, like I said, and if you can run, I'm going to mute whoever's here with me. There we go. I heard an echo. Sorry, whoever that is with me, Stefan or Pop, either way. If you can run PayPal, you can run these hot wallets, and you're paid out every single day to your hot wallet. Okay? All right. So let's go with bonuses as well. First of all, we have a complete done-for-you system that breaks all of this down step by step. Once you get started, you have 6 videos that walk you straight through, buying your first Bitcoin, putting it into the system, making sure you get it put back into your wallet every day. Just step-by-step videos that I've done for you, so you can be walked right through it. It's basically like me holding your hand, walking you right through getting set up. We also have a team marketing co-op. It's currently under construction, but it will be open again within a couple of hours, couple of days, where we actually bring people to you. So if you want to invest in that, we'd actually go out and do the marketing for you and bring team members to you without you ever having to do a thing. We also have weekly live Q&A sessions, so you can stay engaged in the know. Basically, Stefan and my dad and I all get on here and let you ask us any questions that you have about the team, about what's going on, about Bitcoin, about our site, about our system, anything at all, and we answer for you. Okay, so you can't click below to get started. This is made for a YouTube video, but if you want to get started now, you can go to easycoinprinter.com and create a free account, easycoinprinter.com. You can text us at 578-8059, 205-578-8059. or you can also ask any questions that you've got right now, and we will begin to answer them. Pull this question box back out. Oh, that was a fast overview, guys. But go ahead and ask any questions that you've got, and I will answer all of them. So, let's see. So first person said, where can I buy the Bitcoin at? That's actually part of our system. There's many different places you can buy Bitcoin. Some of you may even already have some Bitcoin. It's very popular. But we use a system, we use a place called Coinbase. You can buy it with a debit or credit card. You can send a check, or excuse me, you can do ACH. I also have a guy's number I can give you that will let you deposit money into his Wells Fargo account, and he'll send you Bitcoin right away. Many different ways you can get it. You know, it's very easy to obtain, and we walk you right through it. Let's see. Is Bitcoin taxable? It's not taxable income unless you report it as income. So no, it's not taxable income. Right now in the U.S., Bitcoin is seen as personal property. So if you want to report it, you can. If not, you don't have to. But I'm not an accountant. I recommend you ask your accountant. But that's what mine tells me. That's how I do things. Okay, I see people raising their hands still. If you have questions, just type it in the box, and I can answer it. Let's see. Someone says, when did you get started? So the company actually that we partner with didn't even open up until December of last year. We actually got started at the end of March, and we have had many accounts already double. They're supposed to only double in 90 days, right? Well, we've recruited enough people that we have many accounts that have already doubled, and we're on track to have our accounts doubling almost every single day, probably in the next 10 days. So we'll have accounts doubling every single day. What does that mean? Well, that means that we've earned 4 Bitcoin from our trading, right, or from our investing. So we put in 4, and they've given us back 8 each time that happens. Can I get Bitcoin right now? You absolutely can get Bitcoin right now. When you get into our system, you can get Bitcoin immediately. We show you a place to get it. You can buy it with a debit or credit card right away. I was told you have to do something every 30 days, and if you miss it, you fall out of line. Is that accurate? That is not accurate, Paul. Not at all. So what happens is after your account doubles, okay, so if you've invested 0.1 Bitcoin and you got your 0.2 back, when that happens, you have to, if you want to keep your contract in the position you got, you have to rebuy with your 0.1 again. So you keep 0.1 and reinvest 0.1, right? But not every 30 days. It's whenever it doubles. Cool. Let's see. Is this legal? That's always a question that we get. Is this legal? It's 100% legal. All you're doing is investing. People are paying you back a percentage. Does the company pay based on the current price or where you bought? So that's a good question. The company pays you out in Bitcoin. Doesn't matter if you bought Bitcoin for, when I first bought Bitcoin, my first time it was about $1,000, and we got a lot of Bitcoin for $1,000 each, right? Now they're $1,400 each, but the company pays you back in Bitcoin. So I'm actually getting paid back more money now than when I bought in, because Bitcoin's worth more. So no matter what Bitcoin goes to, you get paid out in Bitcoin. You don't have to pay the difference, or the risk there is if Bitcoin was to fall and go to $500, right? You might lose some, or you're not losing money, but you're losing the value of Bitcoin. All right. I'm at easycoinprinter.com. Is there a charge for this site? There's no charge for easycoinprinter.com. It's free to make your account and see all of our videos and let us walk you through doing everything else. So no matter where I buy the Bitcoin from, my Bitcoin can double. Yeah, so no matter where you buy Bitcoin from, when you invest it, right, and you buy your Spartacus level, the Bitcoin itself is going to double. It doesn't matter how much you paid for it. It doesn't matter where you got it from. Once you invest it into a Spartacus level, you'll be paid out in Bitcoin. So if you invest 1 Bitcoin, regardless if you paid $1,000 for that Bitcoin or $1,500 for that Bitcoin, you're going to be paid back 2 Bitcoin. Then you can sell it for market value if you want, or you can keep it, or you can rebuy, however you want to handle it. How do I pay for stuff with Bitcoin? Great question. So a lot of the wallets that we have, especially the one that we use and use Coinbase, they actually will give you a Visa card right off of your account. It's called a Shift card, but it's directly connected to your account. You can go and pay with it wherever you want, and you just swipe it like a normal card, and it just pulls out that amount of Bitcoin. If something's $4, that's not very much Bitcoin, but you'll see from your account 0.00005 Bitcoin removed, something like that. Good question though, guys. Awesome. Jeanette says she's getting started now. Cool. So what do you guys think? Have you ever seen a plan ever before where you could literally have money doubled, right? Have you ever seen a place where you could invest and get paid back 2.2% every day? I haven't. Tim says him either. Cool. Let's see. So I absolutely will make money even if I don't recruit. That's a great question. You absolutely will double your Bitcoin regardless if you recruit or not. If you buy 1 Bitcoin today and you invest that 1 Bitcoin today, you absolutely will have that Bitcoin doubled into 2 Bitcoin in 90 days without talking to a soul, without recruiting anybody ever. Yes. If you want to speed it up, you can recruit. If you don't, you don't have to. What affects or determines where the value of Bitcoin will go? Where can you view the history of Bitcoin, I guess you mean value? Good question, Ken. So the value of Bitcoin is ever changing. Basically, the demand of Bitcoin makes the value go up. Bitcoin is set to only ever have 21 million Bitcoin in circulation. That's it. There's not even that many created yet. They're made by what's a series of blockchains. Once, which you can look that up if you want, once there's 21 million in circulation, no more will ever be created. That is it. So that is when people believe that the Bitcoin value will skyrocket, obviously because people will still want Bitcoin and there's no more to get. So as far as what creates, what determines where the value goes, it's strictly the demand, right? We're not tied to the gold standard. We're not tied to a U.S. currency. We're not tied to anything. And it's not like printing money like the U.S. government, right? So the government right now is not tied to the gold standard. The government can literally go out and print $21 million if they want to, right? If that's not enough, what will they do? Let's go print 21 million more. Well, then let's go print 21 million more until we have enough to give out what we need. That's not how Bitcoin is. Bitcoin, there's going to be 21 million Bitcoin in circulation. Once they are all created, that's it. If that answered your question. Where can you go to view the history? Simply go Google it, or I have a widget on my phone. I can look up the name of it. It's called Bitcoin Ticker Widget. I got it from the Android App Store. You can look back 2 years on it. So 2 years ago, Bitcoin, the lowest it was worth 2 years ago was $198. And today, right now, since we've been on the webinar, it's gone up to $14.43. So it's gone up $3 in value since we've been on this webinar. Steadily rising. You mentioned a members site. This is confusing. Do you have videos and stuff that walks me through and explains more? We do. So the video, the membership site, easycoinprinter.com, you can see it on the screen. If you go there and create an account, you're walked right through everything. And then we also have a training site connected to that where you can log in and learn more as well. You can text us anytime. If you want to talk to us on the phone, you can call. Anything that you want. Okay. We're here to help. Sweet, guys. Gina says she's already made her Easy Coin Printer account and on step 2. Cool. Has anybody else already made their account and ready to get started? I'm ready. Get me some Bitcoin. Awesome. Awesome. Cool, guys. So I don't know how excited you are, but I am pumped. Thank you for being here tonight. Are there any more questions? As questions were slowing. Let's see. People ask this question repeatedly. Yes, your Bitcoin will double. So what happens is every single day, if you invest, whatever you invest, right, you get paid back 2.2% of your investment every day for 90 days. That's if you recruit or not. You can simply not do a thing ever. If you want to buy 0.1 Bitcoin right now, that's $144. If you want to buy 0.1 Bitcoin right now and invest it into this, in 90 days, you will have, in 45 days, you'll have your 0.1 back. Because that's 2.2% for 45 days. That's about 100%. You'll have all of your money back in 45 days. And for the next 45 days, we're still going to pay you 2.2% every single day until you've been paid back 200% of your investment. Yes, guaranteed. What's the least amount of money you can spend for Bitcoin? So that goes back to the packages. I can show you them again. So here's the smaller packages. I don't recommend coming in at 0.05 because it does not guarantee that you get double your investment back. 0.1 is the lowest amount that I recommend coming in for. 0.1 right now, if you were to go to our system and get started, we'll direct you to a website where you can buy your Bitcoin. All right, and 0.1 will be about under 150 bucks. Is there any taxation on profits made from Bitcoin? Good question. Someone else asked that a minute ago, and no, Bitcoin is not taxed as income right now in the U.S. It is seen as personal property, so you can report it or don't report it. It's up to you. That's what my accountant said. Completely up to you. I recommend you speak to an accountant, but no, Bitcoin is not seen as taxable income in the U.S. right now. And I don't know the laws in Canada, for those of you that ask. How far is your reach? That's a good question. So we had people all around the U.S. From California all the way to New York. I'm in Alabama, Texas. We've had a couple people in Mexico. We have a huge downline on our right side full of people that live in Japan. So they found a YouTube video and joined under us, and they've blown it up on that side and are steadily recruiting people. So right now we're all the way to reaching in Japan with people that are joining and seeing the value here. And obviously Japan's one of the ones that just said Bitcoin was a currency they accepted to purchase in anywhere. So it's pretty cool. All right, all right. Scott, when the Bitcoin go down in value, will traders wait it out and only sell when the Bitcoin returns to a profitable state? You don't have to worry about that. They pay out daily, 2.2%. Whether the Bitcoin is up, down, doesn't matter. They pay you out daily, period. 2.2% every day. So we don't know if they made 55 million Bitcoin today and then 4 tomorrow. We don't know, or if they went negative. They don't report back to us. They just pay us 2.2% every single day of our investment. If that answers your question. If you're talking about buying Bitcoin, like buying from an individual, you can buy Bitcoins anytime, regardless of where the state is. They just want to buy and sell Bitcoin. Most people do. Cool. How many Bitcoin are in circulation right now? Let me look it up. It changes. Bitcoins are mined daily, so I'll look up. Let's look. Uh-oh. Looks like Stefan may have answered it. It'll be to 80% in 2018. That's what Stefan says. So 80% of Bitcoin will be mined in 2018. Let's see. As of February 2016, there were 15.2. That's not recent. Well, that's a year ago. There were 15.2 million. That means over 72% are in circulation. Currently, there are 25 new Bitcoins produced every 10 minutes. And when they hit 21 million, that's it, no more. So by 2018, they're predicting to have 80% mined. When creating of a Bitcoin is called mining of a Bitcoin. Cool. All right, guys. Well, questions have slowed. By show of hands, how many of you are considering or have already gotten started with us? And there go the hands. Awesome. Awesome, Chris. Jeanette, I saw you already got started. Tim, Roderick, Ken. Cool, guys. And a slew of people. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to have you on board. Write down, let me get back to the last screen. Go ahead and write down our number there. If you text that number, you'll either get myself, Stefan, or Scott Senior. All of us are, can help you with anything that you need. You'll get one of us, but go to easycoinprinter.com right now. Create your account. It's free, and go ahead and get started. If you're looking to get started, I recommend go ahead and getting at least 0.1 before it continues to rise and rise and rise. Bitcoin went from earlier this week, it was in the 1280s, and then all of a sudden it's in the 14, or last week, now it's in the 14, mid-14s, and steadily rising. So I definitely recommend getting started before another surge happens and you end up paying more to get started. So have a fantastic evening, guys. There's no more questions. I'm going to close it down. Someone's asking. Oh, someone else raised their hand. Cool. Glad you're getting started too. All right, guys. It's been an honor being here tonight. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any more questions, go to Easy Coin Printer, create your account, watch the videos that show you how to get started, and then feel free to text or call us whenever you have questions. You're welcome, Roger. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you on the next team training. Take care, everybody.